Hey guys, Aiden here. Welcome back to Closet Culture. So today I just got back from Buda, Texas. Me and my family went to the historic downtown area, and we went to this antique store and I bought four new Star Wars Black Series action figures. So that brings my little collection, up to a total of six action figures. And I just thought, as I was about to go and put them up on my shelf, that's right behind me actually. I thought, I want to do a YouTube video on my Star Wars collection because I really love Star Wars. I pretend the sequel trilogy doesn't exist, but besides the point. I love everything else. So I decided, hey, let me just pull out the camera and let me just record myself talking about how I got everything up here. Now, I got the step ladder right here in front of me, and we're gonna go up there so I can show you guys everything that I have. And I know I do have some other stuff up there, but that'll be for future videos. So let's go up there and let's look at my Star Wars collection. All right, guys, welcome to the top of my closet. This is this is where the magic happens. This is where all my videos take place, or my two videos take place, since at the time of recording this there are only two videos on my channel. Now, anyways, this everything over here that you see on this side of the closet is my Star Wars stuff. I've got other stuff. I don't know, you can probably see the Five Nights at Freddy's junk. Back here it's all my Funko Pops. All this other stuff that'll be for future videos. Today I just wanted to talk about the Star Wars stuff purely. So let's talk about what I got in the store. Alright, so I love Bad Batch. I love that show, and after I finished Clone Wars, I kind of got into the characters from the Bad Batch, and that's when I decided to look into the Disney Plus show. And I started with season 1. I loved it. Continued with season 2. Still loved it. Season 3 was really good though, and it's one of my top Star Wars shows. Not that there's a lot of Star Wars shows I've seen besides Clone Wars and Bad Batch. I've seen Mandalorian, I've seen Obi-Wan, but I haven't really watched a lot of them, so the very least I could make a top 3 list. Clone Wars being my number one favorite. Mandalorian seasons 1 through 2, mostly season 1 being number 3, and then so that would put Bad Batch into the number 2 spot for my ranking. Anyways, regardless, this is Echo. I saw him there so the antique store. They had the glass display case, right? And it had a bunch of Star Wars Black Series figures. They even had some of the those retro style the Kenner action figures. I didn't get any of those, but I see those a lot at old kind of antique-y kind of stores. And I saw this one because I love Bad Batch, and everything was 25% off. This was $25. It's sealed and it has a protective case. Then I've got Tech, $21.99, also has a case on it. Okay, there's gonna be some people that are probably gonna get really mad at me for this, but Bo-Katan. Thing is though, even though she does have a case and everything, on the way home I kind of got a little curious, and I opened it. I unsealed it and I took the figure out. It's probably why it looks maybe a little bit funky in the case right now with the way the head's positioned, but yeah, I know probably some collectors will probably get really mad at me. I know it's only $22. It loses its value, yeah, but as you guys are gonna learn, I don't collect any of this stuff to resell or anything in the future. I mean, yeah, it would be kind of cool, but I like to get stuff because I want it and I want to own it and I want to keep it, not so that I can make a buck off of it later. Like all the Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards, at one point I think I did want to sell those, but I just decided just to keep them all because, you know, if you actually learn how to play the games and stuff, the card games, you can actually use them. And yeah, I need Pokemon cards because I don't have a lot. But we're not talking about Pokemon cards right now. We're talking about Saw Gerrera from Rogue One. Dare I say, my favorite Star Wars movie. Last time I saw him was, like, in Star Wars media, was Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, I played that, like, a couple months ago. And last year. Yeah, last year. I played it last year. I really love the game. I played it on PlayStation Plus, though, and because of that, I was kind of trying to, like, get through the game real quick so I can move on to the next thing before my subscription runs out. But from what I played, just the main story alone, I kind of think that's all I needed to go through. I really enjoyed that game. And he was actually in it. And I didn't know because I didn't look up anything prior to playing that game, so I didn't know he was going to be in it. But I was pleasantly surprised because I love Rogue One. And I got him kind of last minute along with the other three because, well, I already have a couple of Rogue One figures, so I figured, why not get him? This one I'll probably keep him sealed, like, for sure. The other two, if I might open them, maybe. But for sure, I think I'm just going to keep him in his case. She's already out. So, those are the new figures, all 4 new figures that I got today. I forget what the store is called, but really, really good store. Really good store. So, where should we start, guys? I think we're going to start with the Legos. So, this is an X-Wing, yeah. This is probably Force Awakens, I guess. Poe Dameron with BB-8. I had always, when the Force Awakens sets came out a long time ago, I had, like, would get those Lego Club magazines, and I always wanted, like, the Lego BB-8 because I just thought it was just, at the time, I was like, wow, they made, like, a Lego BB-8. Like, they made a ball shape and made, like, a little head for him. Like, yeah, now it's not really that crazy, I know, because a lot of, like, these kinds of figures and characters are common now and stuff. But at the time, it was like, when Force Awakens came out, it was like the first time there was, like, a new, like, mainstream, like, film, like series for, like, Star Wars. And they were, like, pumping out all these Lego sets for them and advertising them like crazy. And I remember, like, being really, like I want that, basically. I actually don't think this is Force Awakens, though. This probably is, probably Rise of Skywalker, maybe. I keep this one. I have to keep it flat right here because it isn't really hold up on its own like that because it bends. But I bend these, like, flat, and then I put them right up there. Okay, so that's the first one. I don't remember where I got this. I think he got this too. My dad got this too from wherever he was stationed at. It's a 3D printed Yoda. I think my little brother has, like, a BB-8 one or something. I have the Yoda one, though. So there's Yoda. I keep him here next to... Oh, you can't see him. Next to Boba Fett. This one I got several years ago. Don't remember when exactly, but I remember this was, like, the first time I'd gotten, like, a really expensive Star Wars set for Christmas. I think I got this around the same time that... the same year that Super Mario 3D All-Stars came out. I know that's such a random thing to reference, but that's what I connected to. That was the same year that Mario 3D All-Stars came out, because I got it the same Christmas, too. And yeah, he's really dusty, I know. I don't really... Sometimes if I'm up here, I'll, like, kind of wipe off some of the dust, but I don't really mess with them too much. So yeah, there's Boba Fett. He's... Yeah, honestly, probably I would say he's, like, my favorite Star Wars character besides Captain Rex. Up until, like, I watched Clone Wars, Boba Fett was, like, my #1 favorite. That's kind of tied with, like, Captain Rex now. In a future video, I don't know when, but I'm going to have to talk about my cosplay that I did on Captain Rex. Once again, though, that's a completely different video. Okay. Then we got Mando over here. I got this one for Christmas this past year, 2024. I was kind of like, at first I was thinking like, what is this gonna look like when it's done? Because I was expecting it to look very similar to like this Boba Fett one over here, and it's actually very different. It's not as like flat and like elongated. It's like elongated vertically. It's more like it's a little rounder. Like even with like these, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it just this down here, like it just curves, like it just goes. It's kind of round. Um, and the right here, like the detail, like is very three-dimensional compared to this one over here. You can tell this is from like later on, because they didn't make this Mando head until like way later, because the Boba Fett one came out when I think they were kind of starting off but the Lego head like sculpt thing line, I guess. But this one I really like. I was actually really surprised with all the little details, even if it is kind of a generic looking Mandalorian helmet. It is still, I mean, technically an iconic piece of Star Wars now, because Mandalorian is really big and he's getting a movie now. Speaking of Mandalorian, we got a Funko Pop here. This one I got from one of my friends in 11th grade. And she just had one at home, and she was like, "Hey, you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And she brought it to school next day. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Mainly, she got it for me because it's a Pedro Pascal Funko Pop. Technically, when you think about it, it's quite literally what he is. So yeah, okay. So as far as Mandalorian stuff, the only other thing I have is Grogu over here. I don't remember where I got this one, but this one's pretty cute. So there you go. That's my Mandalorian stuff. Oh god, Crash Bandicoot's falling down. Okay. Now, oh, I forgot one more thing. This Lego Mandalorian set. I forgot about this. This is also one that my dad had, or well, actually, no. My dad didn't have this one. I actually bought this at Target because I remember, I think I had a gift card. I don't remember if it was for my birthday or it was for Christmas. I want to say it was for Christmas. But I got a gift card and I decided to use it at Target. And at the time, I was like, oh, well, I want to get a Lego set. And I ended up getting this one. Because at the time, like, I really wanted like a Lego Grogu. And yeah, so I got this one. It's pretty, like, normal kind of build, but it's got, let's see. Uh-oh, something fell there. Okay. Let's see. This is part of the set. It's like a big, like, slingshot thingamajig. Let's see. And then, there's the rest of the set. It's the little, I think, I'll probably have to bring it up to the camera. It's like the little hut with, yeah. There you go. It's pretty cool. I remember when we were moving to this new house, I remember like struggling to put this one back together because the pieces all looked the same, and when it was in the box, it got all like broken up and stuff. Oh, speaking of which, this one's kind of interesting. Okay. This one, these are disclaimer. These are not official Legos, but I will share them anyways. Let's see, we got Crosshair. This I got from, I think it's called Camo Bricks. They're like a company that they make unofficial, like, custom Lego minifigures, sometimes builds too. Like, sometimes I see them at Comic Cons. They're selling like these big one-piece Lego ships. And that's where this is a booth that I got these guys from. So there's Crosshair, and then Wrecker and Hunter. I don't have Tech. My little brother has a Tech figure that he got from the same people, but he lost the helmet, or at least like a piece of the helmet or something. So yeah, that's what I have there. Isn't, as far as I'm aware, there's no Echo figure. So let's see. I'll put those back, and I'll go ahead and talk about. Let's see what else we got here. We got Han Solo. I don't remember where I got this from. This one is very different from another set that I had a long time ago. I had a set very similar to this with Han Solo inside of it. It was like a long time ago I got that set. This one is a newer one, I think. My dad probably also got this, or maybe I got it as a gift. I don't know. But yeah, this one uses like... The one I had, I think, used a different hair mold piece. And then you've just got this one here. That's like a newer, I think, version of the Han Solo minifigure. I couldn't tell you what year this is from, but, very simple build. Gotta have some original trilogy variety in the mix, which, speaking of original trilogy, I am not moving that, but I will move the camera, just so I can show you guys. Back there, we've got C-3PO. This one I got from my girlfriend as a present for Christmas last year. I love her so much for that. It's amazing. This thing is really freaking cool. And he was really fun to put together. And he's even got a little minifigure. He's got the leg printing and everything. So you got the 25 years Lego brick thing. I should probably move that. I don't know. Figure that out later. But yeah, oh my god. It is a really cool set. And I even posed him. I put his little hand up in the air. Yeah, it was really cool. Now while we're here, we can talk about the rest of the Legos. We got the 501st. It's like the Battle Pack one or whatever the heck it's called. Yeah, that. I love the minifigures and everything, so it was really cool to get that. I want to say that was also a Christmas gift. I think. This one right here was that was also one that my dad got. That one is pretty cool to have, given that I have finished watching Clone Wars. So now, all these years later, I understand what this particular Lego set was referencing as far as like the setting and everything. Duel on Mandalore? Yeah, I think that's what the set was. Okay, besides that, I've got this really cool clone over here. Phase 1 clone, that I also got at a Comic-Con. He's like a doll. He has like this really soft plastic. I'm not gonna move him too much. He's got a rifle. It's kind of like it's kind of like one of those old G.I. Joe dolls. It was really freaking cool when I first saw it in person, and they had a bunch of like Star Wars figures like these. I'm guessing these are a lot older because it actually has like actual clothing. It's not like actual fabric underneath and everything, so it's not like all plastic like most modern action figures that are like come in this size. So this was really cool. I think it was like $50-$60 or something, but yeah, it was worth it. So yeah, I love that guy. Let's see. We got the Pong Krell versus Captain Rex Funko Pop set. This one I found at GameStop when me and my dad, we went to go trade in some old Xbox 360 games. And I picked this one out because I think I'd seen it online at one point, and I just neglected getting it at the time, but then we saw it in store, and I was like, yeah, sure, you know what, I'll get it. Because this was my favorite part. This whole, like, the whole conflict between these guys and Pong Krell and the clones, that was, like, honestly probably my favorite, like, story arc in Clone Wars. Yeah, it was really... Besides the storyline with Fives, this was also, like, my favorite Clone Wars storyline. So, I got that. And then, last but not least, is that last? Yeah, that's last. Last but not least, my Rogue One action figures that I got from this store in my city, in the downtown area. It's like an antique place. And I got these two guys. They were about maybe like $15, $20 each or something. Okay, y'all are gonna get mad at me again. She's unsealed. I did open her at one point. He is sealed, but the boxes, they're not in the best condition. I know that might not be super awesome for some people, but I love Rogue One, and so I got them anyways. So yeah, those are. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's all my stuff. All right. All right, guys, before I go, real quick, I'm going to look for my Star Wars shirts to see if I've got any here. Because I figured if we're really going to do Star Wars memorabilia and stuff, I figured, why not pull out the t-shirts? Okay, let's see. Classic, just Star Wars logo. And then somewhere in here, I've got Boba Fett. I think he's in the back. There he is. Yeah, there we go. I don't know where my... Yeah, there's my Boba Fett shirt. I got this one, I believe, ordered this from Hot Topic. I really like this one. This one's got a really cool art style to it. I need to find my Captain Rex shirt, because I have no idea where it is. Is he not here? Oh, there he is. And then my Captain Rex shirt. Yeah, so pretty cool. I used to have a Mandalorian shirt. I don't believe... I can look again, but I don't believe I have it anymore. I'm pretty sure I tossed it along with some of the other shirts that I donated a while back. So, yeah, as far as I'm aware, let me look over here. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's all my Star Wars stuff. So, yeah, I've been into Star Wars since I started watching, I've always been, kind of casually into Star Wars. I just oh, yeah, Star Wars. And I guess you could argue I still kind of am, because I'm not, the most lore-involved kind of person. I try to keep up with it, but not as much as, some other diehard fans. But I think nowadays I'm more so into it than I was, say, when I was 10 years old or 11 maybe. And it really all started when at one point I just decided to start watching Clone Wars when me and my family still used to have Disney Plus. Then I borrowed, after we lost Disney Plus, because I borrowed my friend's Disney Plus account. And I was able to watch the rest of Clone Wars, and then also start watching and finish Bad Batch. And somewhere in between there, I watched Obi-Wan. I think it was when we still had our own Disney Plus. But yeah, after I finished Clone Wars, after I finished Bad Batch, I was okay, you know what? I think I have to admit now that I like Star Wars. So that's why I just started getting really into collecting all the toys and stuff and just trying to make some room up here. I don't know how I'm going to put these up here because there's so many of these guys. Maybe I'll just put them into a little corner or something for now. Maybe I'll have to rearrange the Funko Pops again. I don't really know. These things, by the way, are going to go up in price pretty soon, so yeah, that's a whole nother ballgame. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I really felt like sharing these things because, I don't really get to talk about this stuff very much. So in another video, I'll talk about my Five Nights at Freddy's stuff and everything. And there's other things, Five Nights at Freddy's, that I don't have in this closet. But, again, another video. And then, of course, I'll talk about the Funko Pops. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Blah, blah, blah. I'll throw it up on the screen. Subscribe, whatever.